Guys, nowadays farms are really useful for all type of players. Big spenders or pro players need level 25 farms for getting titanium so that they can reach level 30 base very easily. On the same time, new players need millions of resources for reaching level 25 base and unlock T9. If you want farms, then you can contact me through my line ID or Gmail address I'm providing in the description of this. Welcome back to my channel Gamer MW. So finally we got a new update regarding the new SX hero called Theodore. He's a fighter hero. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but okay, we can call him as Theodore. So this looks really good because this is a great support hero. We can pair him with damage dealing heroes like Thunderbolt, and also we already know that Grace is there. If we can max Grace, then we can pair him with Grace and Diver. There is one strategy: Diver, Grace, and Theodore. The other strategy is we can pair him with damage dealing combos like Thunderbolt. Beast is there. So we can, there are multiple strategies. So these are the two strategies that I'm looking for, like adding him with damage dealing heroes or adding him with Grace and Diver. Grace is also a great killing hero. We can expect that with her, that iron fist, that her hand is like a iron fist. It is written there like Grace. I think Grace have great defense type of skills with that iron fist. On the same time, she will be dealing a great damage using that iron fist. So anyway, now we can talk about Theodore's skill. So he have one compact skill. It is called Hellflame. So there are chances to deal heavy damage to multiple enemy squad. So he have a heavy damage skill. That's looking good. And target affected by the negative status of curse, drawn, poison, burn will take additional direct damage. So this means that if the enemy score is already affected by some debuff, then this hero will deal more damage to them. So we need to add some other debuff giving heroes with him. We need to pair him with some heroes which can give debuff to the enemies, because if there is an debuff in the enemy squad, then he will give more damage. That's what it is written there. And the second skill is Mark of Flame. So here inflicts the following effects on enemy squad affected by the negative status of. So each layer will cause increased damage taken. So it is also related to the enemy squad with enemy debuff. Okay, so if the enemy squad is under a debuff by our side, right, our heroes will give debuff to the enemies. I think that part is clear, right? Okay, I'm just telling that for more clarity. So if there is a debuff ongoing there, then each layer will cause increased damage taken and reduce recovery effect. So Theodore will reduce the recovery of enemy squad with debuff. That's it. If the enemy squad is under some debuff from our side, then the recovery will also reduced by Theodore. That's look great, right? So that means Theodore will change the situation. I think Theodore will give a vulnerable situation to the enemy squads. That's what we can understand from this. So affected by the negative status. Okay, and there is they just written like each layer will cause increased damage taken. So that means this skill will be stackable up to a certain number of layers. So that means in a single round itself, this Theodore will create give another debuff to the enemy score for reducing their recovery. So that skill will be can be stacked up to multiple layers. That means the enemy's recovery rate will reduces further and further. On the same time, the damage taken will also increases. Okay, damage taken by the enemy squad with debuff. That means the situation is completely changed to a vulnerable situation. The enemy will struggle there, right? Recovery will be reduced, damage taken will be increased. At the same time, multiple damage will be given. So bigger problem is created by Theodore to the enemies. At the same time, we have the third skill. Causes enemy squad affected by again debuff to take more damage every time being attacked. So this is another skill. It is written like whenever the enemy squad with debuff is attacked by our troops, the damage taken will be increased, right? Yeah, more damage will be taken every time being attacked. So that's what it is written. And mass attack damage dealt by the enemy squad will be reduced to a certain percentage. The effect can be triggered every round. So this effect can be triggered every round. That means okay, mass attack damage will also reduce for the enemy squad. So we already know that about the mass damage, right? We already know some combinations like tuner, nightingale, cyclone combos. They are mass damage dealers. So the mass damage dealt by the enemy squads will be reduced. Wow. And it will be triggered every round. So in every round it will be reduced. On the same time, the damage taken by the enemy squad with some debuff will be increased. So the enemy will die instantly. That's what we can conclude from here. But this is last shelter game. No wonder the situation will be like balanced, and we will be in a tough match with Theodore, and we will win in the battle. That's what it is written here. Okay, and no, he is not gonna create a wonder in the battle. Just he is awesome, he is useful, and everyone should recruit him. There is no matter, this is a SX hero, so that we can recruit him from the season pool. That's what I want to tell you. And if we talk about the hero formations, well, I prefer diver. I prefer two type of strategies. One is diver is there, Grace will be there, and Theodore will be there. That means Grace have great resistance and great attack, damage. So that whenever Grace, there is Theodore with Theodore will do some debuff to the enemy squad, and he will reduce the damage taken. He will increase the damage taken, and that means from our side, Grace can do more damage to the enemy squad. That's the idea behind that. At the same time, the recovery will be reduced by the Theodore, so that each kill that is we are getting is worthy, because the opposite squad cannot recover smoothly because we have Theodore, right? And also Theodore will also do some resistance there, uh, and his second skill is each layer will be cause increased damage taken. Okay, and this recovery reducing skill and resistance reducing skill. So these skills are can be stack. It is stackable. Okay, in a particular round. So that is also incredible. And diver will give more, so more recovery, and it will trigger the skills of Theodore too. So that's why diver and Theodore and Grace. And now I want to talk about damage dealing heroes. So this is going to be the most useful combos using him, because we don't need to survive more and beat more APC. We need to go instantly and do some mass damage to the enemy squad and kill everyone and come back. So that's what we are focusing right now. That's the trend going on right now. So that's why Theodore will be combined with some damage dealing combos, like Thunderbolt will be there, Grace will be there, Theodore will be there. So we can just try that. Okay, anyway, Grace and Theodore will be a perfect match. It is written on the Last Shelter developer, there's a poster just released and it is written there. So that's a good idea. So I think Thunderbolt, Grace and Theodore can do well. And yeah, that's it. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys got some idea about this new hero. So please subscribe and stay tuned for new videos like this. And if you have any other hero suggestion, like hero formation suggestion, then please comment. Thank you.